Hello YouTube, back again with another video. Today's video is going to be about two famous law. This video came as a request from Bazzy. Let me check this. Bazzy Jazzy 11. Hello, shout yourself out. Your videos today. Yes, it's about ERZULIE FREDA and ERZULIE DONTO. So I'm just going to talk about these two law and give what I know about them. Well, I would definitely say from tradition, some will say that ERZULIE DONTO are two different. They're two sisters, who basically don't get along. One is light skinned, one is dark skinned. For me, this is symbolic language. When you start talking about the ERZULIE family, they got ERZULIE Gun, ERZULIE FREDA. You have ERZULIE DONTO. You have a list of ERZULIEs. Shit, there's some that I don't even know of whatsoever. But I would say that these are all aspects. Whether it's ERZULIE DONTO, ERZULIE FREDA, basically these are all aspects of the same law. Now the thing is, there's a controversy in voodoo. There's a saying that you cannot mix ERZULIE FREDA up with ERZULIE DONTO. Now, that is true. They claim there's a myth, there's a story behind it, but I would just say, it's these allegorical stories are here to basically explain to you, the manifestation of these energies and energies that they're compatible with as well. Basically, in certain traditions, I think it's Ifa or Santeria, you cannot mix Ogun up with Shango. Basically they say that those energies will start fighting. Pretty much the same concept with ERZULIE FREDA and ERZULIE DONTO. You can't put them together because it's going to cause conflict. Those energies are not compatible. They don't work well together. Now, ERZULIE, as we know, she's basically responsible for the House of Love. I definitely can say that that is so. Basically, she's used for relationships, as well as finding new relationships, and also I guess well, let's just say this: sexual relations with no string attached, NSAs itself. Definitely, that's her domain as well. It's all in the same family. Love, lust, all the same family. There's definitely a color which they say ERZULIE can be used. She can be served with, which is pink. I would say that's not the only color, but the other colors I found out, that's my own secret. But I say this: she can use more than one color. It's just more about finding out the colors that she's compatible with, But mainly, to be on the safe side for viewers, it's mainly pink whatsoever, But if I'm not gonna say what I was about to say, but I'll just put it like this: there's a way to spice her up to get your love life very spicy and hot, I can definitely say with ERZULIE FREDA, there should be no reason if you're faithful in your service to ERZULIE FREDA, meaning that you're making offerings to her like every week. Like for me, I go every 3, like depending on the food or depending on what I serve her. Let's just say this: I don't like using food. I prefer using incense. I know that the time period is shorter, but I know in every 3 to 4 days I make an offering to her to keep her energy up and going. Different people use different things. I just prefer incense for me. Basically, it doesn't cause any, let's just say, pest. Therefore, it works well for me. But I know on her, since I know every 3 to 4 days, that's when I feed her. And basically, I say this: there should be no reason why a person's love life is out of place if they're faithfully serving ERZULIE FREDA. There should be no reason. Now, they say that she's a very jealous loa. I say this is symbolic language. To say that she's jealous, I say it's more of in a sense that there's a domain of women that she governs over. That energy, that veve, if you're saying, or whether you're using an image whatsoever, her energy has a specific category of women that or specific category of lovers that she brings to you. Now, when you go outside of that category of people that she, that she influences, so you have a guy, his method is ERZULIE FREDA. You know what I'm saying? Basically, same thing with women. If she's basically governs over she's a method of a specific, woman, therefore that is the person that when these people come into your life, she's sent from them. Now, in voodoo tradition, they say ERZULIE FREDA is, let's just say, they say she's a light-skinned female. Mulattoes, light-skinned females itself, you know. Now, some people may say, you know, is that racial, and why is it so, why is that? Now, what I realized myself when working with ERZULIE FREDA, I realized the way she works for me is she sends a very fair women my way, you know. Now, some people may say, oh, that's not so whatsoever, but when you work with the energy, you'll see that she'll send a lot of fair people, you know. I noticed that she sends me a lot of, you know, sometimes, but then again, you'll find, sometimes you may find a dark-skinned female, once in a blue moon, dark-skinned female with pink whatsoever and stuff like that. But what I've mainly found is that she usually sends light-skinned females, light-skinned blacks, mulattoes, you know, Latino women and stuff like that, occasional Asian women and stuff like that. But she does with light-colored, like you know, fair-colored skin, you know, colored women with fair skin, you know, light hues whatsoever. You know, that's what I realized. The manifestation. It's like this. Each law has a specific manifestation, and the physical manifestation, usually she manifests in that. Again, that's the way it comes. You know, some people may say, oh, wow, how come that is so whatsoever. I mean, I don't know. That's what I see. That's what many people have, you know, viewed when it comes to like ERZULIE's manifestation, you know, through the people she manifests through. But again, when you start talking about the jealous route, you know, basically it's more of in a sense of she has a direct group of people that she governs over. And basically when she sends lovers your way, you can only deal with them, or else, let's just say this, there's going to be conflict, you know? But it's crazy. But again, moving away from ERZULIE FREDA, oh, one more thing. I say this. When you start deviating from the people she sends to you, there's some complications at time whatsoever, you know? Complications where, per se, I mean, yeah, she can, like, another thing is this. If you don't serve her right, you give her the wrong stuff, she can basically cause arguments and bad stuff to happen to your relationships. Also, when it boils down to lovers, she'll definitely let you know when your lovers are being unfaithful. But for the sake of time, I can go on, but I'm going to have to go into ERZULIE DONTO now. Now, ERZULIE DONTO, from what I know, she is another aspect of ERZULIE FREDA. This is more like the motherly law. You know, basically, some people say she's the king of Pitbull whatsoever, you know, but she's a motherly law. They say she's good with children. She's a very strong spirit. She definitely works pretty fast, especially, you know, when you make petitions to her. You know, I would say this, basically, unlike ERZULIE FREDA, she is very aggressive. She can be very aggressive, especially when her offerings aren't made, you know. As far as what she's capable of, I've seen women, you know, people that have neglected her, got into real bad car accidents, you know, really bad car accidents. I've seen people that died as a result of her causing them to have massive heart attacks, you know. Another thing also in Haiti, the saying is this, you know, ERZULIE DONTO has a mean streak, where if you slack up on your offering, she may come after your children. This is something that a lot of people don't talk about in voodoo. They, you know, they try to, you know, sugarcoat it and give you all this lolly-dolly happy stuff. But in voodoo, this is true. You know, that basically, as the same way she can protect your children, is the same way that she can take away from your children. One thing about ERZULIE DONTO is that when you, let's just say, one thing about her energy is that when she gets mad at you, depending on how bad you're infract, let's just put it like this. When you do wrong to her, or if you basically neglect her, when she starts coming after you, she starts going around you like a circle. Things start happening to family members. Things starts happening to friends and your loved ones. That's her way of punishing you. Because before she gets to you, she'll get to your friends. She tends to break things when she's mad. She gets very angry and she tends to break things whatsoever, like glass mirrors, you know, glass items itself, you know, that's her way of letting you know that she's angry and she needs to be calmed down. But yes, she can be used on in behalf of keeping your house together, as well as keeping eyes on your children, as well as even work whatsoever, keeping your work in her field, which is nursing and stuff like that. You know, what they call it, let's just say babysitting. Those are her domain. That's her domain. So basically, in the in rounds of work whatsoever, she can keep you pretty busy and stuff, you know. But she's definitely one of those law that you definitely got to keep an eye on. Now, ERZULIE DONTO's manifestation, opposite from ERZULIE FREDA, she's more of dark-skinned black women. That's where her manifestation comes from. Like when she manifests as dark-skinned black women. Not to say that she may not, she doesn't at time will not manifest through, let's just say, an independent white mother or Latino mother. You know, not to say that, but what we mainly see in her manifestation is dark-skinned women, dark-skinned black women. You know, number-wise, I would say in traditional voodoo they say it's 7 whatsoever. You know, it's been so long since I've checked out numbers. From experience, I just go off of what they do for me. I don't really check out the numbers like that. You know, some why, yes, but sometimes I don't. It's just so much law that I deal with. I don't have time to keep up with the numbers and know if that's necessarily so. But with that said, I'm going to have to conclude this video. It's running up on a 12-minute mark. So I hope this was very informative. Like, subscribe, leave comments, you know. Thank you for watching. Oh, I'm going to be uploading another video, so stay tuned.